Okay, we have returned, and we're now in Urqopacha. Probably do some of this till Gwen gets on, and then I'll continue playing the story with Gwen. See what she's feeling up to. So, let's get going, shall we? Let me do my /city emote, so I do my standing emote, and then we can get going. We will leave... What's his face? Nopely up here? We'll leave him for last since he has a storyline to him. Likewise, we'll do the same thing for, I think his name is Merfurler over in Warlord's Echo. We'll just get all of them done, like, real fast. Or essentially just be able to, like, you know, get them in one straight line. There we go. It's him. He's here. The corn servant. Okay. The Carmine secret. Pavli seems to be dying to discuss something. Well, hello there. Tell me, friend, are you not curious about the vibrant carmine hue of our traditional wear? A shade this vivid can only be brought out through the application of an age-old dyeing technique. Help me out and I'll tell you all about it. In the hills southwest of here, you can reach by exiting from the nearby gate. There are a few spots where sap noctocactuars are normally found. I'd like you to collect precisely 2 of them for me. Worry not, I prepared these 2 remarkably thick sacks that should get the job done. I appreciate your assistance. Oh, the corn servant. Pick him up blasted off this entire group. There it is. Ooh. Zulu. Lulu is counting down the days until she can resume trade as normal. Ah, you must be the artisan from Tuliolal. You're right on time. The damage the caravan sustained from the storm must be evaluated as soon as possible, so I must ask you to begin your inspection immediately. I'm sure you know this well enough, but be sure to check whether any of the frames have been cracked, the canopies ripped, or the balloons on either side punctured. We cannot move the caravans until we know they're safe. Have care while inspecting the caravans. You'll find the caravans stopped throughout the settlement. You need but inform me when you've finished. Trouble you kick. Look out. Urqopacha, nestled in between the mountains, the dwellings of this village are noticeably sized down to accommodate the smaller size of its inhabitants. It is here that the peddler clan of the Pelu Pelu manufacture their trading goods such as coffee and mezcal, as well as maintain a ranch for the breeding and training of alpacas. Mivli, in pursuit of mezcal. Say, you look like an intrepid individual. I could really use your help with something. Short ways from here in Chabameki, an exceptionally large, shall we say, overgrown Megamamui are known to appear. I'd like you to take one down and retrieve an enlarged bulb from its body. As for why, I'll tell you upon your return. It's for the agave, I bet. Which is something that Gwen decided to tell me about. Okay, so... As you can see, there's definitely like agave plants that grow around here, like back in like the north region here. The agave jaws. And the stuff that I'm standing on here, something that I only really notice as a lalafell because I'm shorter as a lalafell and the camera is brought down more, are all these like pineapple looking things. And I'm all like, oh, why do they have all this stuff? And Gwen decided that she's going to tell me that, oh, this is agave. Because essentially you take one of these bushes right here, and you chop off all the leaves, and you get what look like these, which are like pineapple-looking things. Which all makes sense anyhow. Alright. Now, let us go talk to the corn servant. Oh. Where's this? Actually, look at the battered caravan. Interaction. You carefully examine every elm of the caravan, but discover no issues of note. Good. Hail the corn servant. You would recognize the rustle of this corn anywhere. Speaking of which...
Well, well, if it isn't my dear friend from Tuliolal, I do hope your days, as well as your stomach, have been full of merriment and cheer since last we met. Glad to hear it. I was just passing through when a faint rumbling caught my attention. The unmistakable sound of a belly in need. How fortuitous that fate would also guide you here. Might I impose upon you to help me once more? If you lend an ear to my poor boy's troubles, I can determine how best to lend an ear of my own.
Alright, another caravan here, and then we'll go help out the corn servant. I think I'm going to particularly like get pissed at if there's another like quest like this in the future, depending, where it's all like, okay, you start from like this home point or like, you know, a big city, and now new quests will just show up in the other zones now. Yay. Thus it means that when you're side questing, you're still not done, but there are more side quests to have. But this is interesting. I don't mind it so much. The canopy's fastenings appear to be becoming loose. While this will not impede the caravan's ability to travel, repairs would undoubtedly lead to a more enjoyable journey for its passengers. Battered caravan. Ugh. You notice water pooling in the caravan's interior. If it is not removed swiftly, the flooring's integrity may be compromised. Ooh. That would be bad. Have it rot out.
Here he is. He seems awfully distraught. A husk of his usual chipper self, I'm sure.
If you've come for business, I'm afraid I'm much too tired right now. Strange, really. No matter how much I sleep, try to sleep, I suppose, it never seems to be enough. Despite the weird grumbling in my stomach, I have no appetite. Oh.
I recognize a lover of corn when I see one. The problem, I believe, is that he eats only corn. He's exhibiting clear signs of malnourishment for lack of a well-balanced diet. Though my dominion is only over that which is corn and kerneled, there may yet be a way we can help him. Prepared with lime water, my corn can be enriched with additional nutrients. Behold, a rich and creamy corn soup! Surely this will help remedy what ails him.
Okay. Here, have some of this, man. Huh? That soup will help me feel better? Oh, a corn soup! It really is the best of foods. I can't get enough of it. I never thought eating only corn could be bad for me. There's no denying how terrible I've been feeling lately. Suppose I'll need to be more creative with my corn cooking. Thanks for this. You've given me much to think about.
Nothing like a nice warm corn soup to warm the belly and the heart. Let this be a reminder, my friend. It is possible to have too much of a good thing, even corn. But in moderation, together with other herbs, spices, and flavorings, you can enjoy a cornucopia of delectable delights. I believe our work here is done. But know that where there are those in need of sustenance, I will be there. Fare thee well.
There goes a hero. Godspeed. Carefully examine the balloon, but are unable to identify any punctures or tears that might prevent travel. Damn. Why do they make the walls too damn high that even they can't jump over them? My, you did a wonderful job. Though it seems some of the caravans will need slight repairs, I'm relieved to hear the damage was not significant. By the way, an artisan claiming he'd been beckoned all the way from Tuliyola to assist with inspections came to me moments ago, asking for work. I was in such a hurry to have the caravans examined that I mistook you for him. Please forgive me. I'm just grateful you were kind enough to heed my request. The caravans are an innovation of Koana's. During his studies across the salt, he encountered something called a chocobo carriage, and had these designed in their image. By attaching the balloons on either side, the caravans are lifted into the air, becoming light enough for our alpacas to pull. It is an immensely helpful invention, allowing us to tread the steep mountain roads throughout Tyrol more safely and swifter than ever. Thanks to you, we are one step closer to having our caravans ready for such travel once more, and returning to a sense of normalcy. Time to go do side quests. There's only 4 out here. Got a big old whale. Sea Blues Coffee Grounds. Yeah, we came by here earlier, didn't we? Sably. Perplexed by a coffee conundrum. You there. Might I beg your assistance with something? I was taking a stroll through the valley the other day when I discovered coffee beans scattered in the brush with not a coffee plant in sight. Curiosity got the better of me, and so I brought some back here to brew. The taste was simply exquisite. I'd like to acquire more, but therein lies the problem. I found the beans in Chabameki, an area south of here known to be the territory of mountain bears. They tear me to shreds, but something tells me you could manage the trip. Here, take these smoke bombs to drive back the bears, and bring back whatever coffee beans you can. Okay. Hot-blooded storekeeper. The reeking robber.
Interesting. My darling Alpy didn't spit in at your approach. Which can only mean she trusts you, and if she does, then so do I. As such, I would ask a favor. Recently, a sack of premium coffee beans was stolen from our warehouse. Thieves came in the dead of night, but I was wide awake to catch them in the act. A band of Hubigo mercenaries. My brave Alpy spat on their leader square in the face. Thanks to her saliva's distinctive scent, I was able to track them down. They were well armed, however, so I resolved to give up on the coffee beans. But a strapping fellow like you, contending with those thieves shouldn't be a problem. So please, I beg you, go to Urqopacha and teach them a lesson. Urqopacha. Urqopacha.
A blend for every taste. Probably a tea tester, huh? Hello there. I hear you're a traveler from across the salt. Just the person I need to assist me. I wish to expand trade beyond the borders of Tyrol, and so I've been planning to export mate tea. That's something else that I learned from Grun, too. The problem, however, is mate's reputation for being something of an acquired taste. My solution was to blend mate leaves with some of our local specialties, and your foreign palate would be perfect to test them. One of our brewers has already prepared a batch in the relaxation area. Why not go and speak with her? Over there, okay. A sickly worker. Oh. Excuse me. Forgive me, traveler. Might I have a moment of your time? I'm a merchant from Tuduyolal here on business, but I felt sick as a dog ever since I arrived. The Pelu boy I hired as a guide to show me around these parts gave me one look before suddenly heading north, muttering something as he left. Speaking too quickly for me to catch what was said, but I fear the mere sight of me upset him somehow. If it wouldn't be too much trouble, would you go and offer him an apology on my behalf? He ran toward the tea field north of here, but if there's no sign of him, I'm sure someone nearby would have seen where he went. Okay, let's try helping out the sick dude first. Oh, everybody's going to do the vape. Hey, did you leave the guy behind back there? Did I see someone pass by this way recently? Well, yes, actually, the local guide. He was gathering fresh tea leaves here just a moment ago. Well, a rather rambunctious alpaca did something to agitate him. Couldn't hold back a chortle as he chased after it. I fear he may have heard. At any rate, he was headed toward the hill northwest of here. Mate is medicine. Oof. Why aren't these attacks? Who are you and what do you want? You haven't noticed I'm rather busy at present. Did you leave the guide behind? Did you leave your guy behind? That's not good. One says your CPU temps are in the 80s. That is not good at all. upset me? Why would he? Ah, I was speaking too fast again. An unfortunate misunderstanding. That merchant is a clear case of altitude sickness. It's not uncommon in those traveling to Urqopacha for the first time. The best cure for it in most things is mate tea, which is why I was collecting tea leaves earlier. But just as I'd finished packing them into my bag, this wild alpaca came and snatched it. Now that I have it back, it's time to get brewing. Damn you alpacas! I'll teach you. Bonk. Good boy. Okay. Take that. You have no clue what you're in for now, alpaca. Die! Yes. Victory for Shinichi. Hiya! Okay, what do you gotta say? Yes, drink it up. There you are. You told me everything, and it seems I mistakenly sent you on a wild alpaca chase. Forgive me. Thanks to his tea, I'm feeling much better. Mate tea is a vital source of nutrients in these islands. I'm sure you can promote it as a nourishing potable back in the markets of Tulu Yolal. Why not buy some in bulk now? Huh, you're not only a talented guy, but a convincing salesman. Very well, I'll give your offer some thought. But first, how we continue our tour? Thank you again, traveler. I hope that my experience can serve as a lesson for us both to be properly prepared when journeying to higher altitudes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, gotta be careful of that. Especially when you go all the way up into the mountains. Gotta be careful of that. I myself haven't gone too high. While I have gone to like mountain in like a couple of I shouldn't say mountainous because it definitely wasn't mountainous, but they did build the roads in the mountains. Back when I went to go visit the Philippines, where like one half of my family lives, my mother's side. My father and I, and alongside, I forget who it was, one of my cousins. Well, I guess it would be second cousins. Drove us around, and we ended up going to. Oh my god! It had to be somewhere near Bulacan, but I thought, holy shit, because of where the roads were placed. It was essentially in the side of a mountain. If you were to go off the road, you definitely weren't going to be fucking found because there were trees below you that were tall as skyscrapers. I shouldn't say that. They were definitely tall as houses. This 2-story houses. They were tall as fuck. So I'm all like, you fall off here, you're lost in the jungle. You ain't getting found, homie. You gone. But when we went higher up and towards like other roads up top, away from slums near the bottom, to look out upon that jungle, wow, that shit was green. It was really, really lush. It was vibrant, almost a vibrant green, and it was very, nice. Up somebody in FC chat. Okay, never mind. I'll worry about them. Okay. Breezy Brewer. Oh, you must be the one here to try our new blends. I prepared 3 for you to sample. I believe there's nothing more telling than the expression one makes when they sip their first cup of an unfamiliar tea. So go on, have a taste, but please stay where I can see you. Can I sit down and try this? Ooh, when might I try this? Fruity blend, rich blend, earthy blend. The aroma of this blend bears a striking similarity to that of coffee. The answer is no. Okay. You detect a light bitterness behind the full-bodied, earthy flavor of this blend. It's quite unique, but will surely have its admirers. Earthy then. Okay. Rich blend. Faint hint of honey from this blend. Okay. Notes of honey and vanilla tickle your tongue. A delightful blend. It may very well have wide appeal in Eorzea and beyond. Blended tea has a refreshing citrus-like aroma. You taste a hint of acidity, perhaps citrus. It complements the naturally mellow mate tea as well, serving to create a soothing mixture. I swallowed my saliva. I could see from your expressions how much you enjoyed each of the blends. As the one who personally brewed them, I am truly honored. If you have a favorite among the selection, please let Pabli know. Vanilla. I feel like Shinichi's a vanilla guy. No, I'm joking. He definitely picked the earthy blend. You're back. I take it you tried each of the blends. Tell me, which one was your favorite? I like the earthy blend a lot. Oh, you're clearly a man of sophisticated tastes. We mixed some coffee beans into the blend, you see, as I've heard that coffee is quite popular abroad as well. Your perspective has been a great help, my friend. I thank you for your assistance. Though mate tea can be found anywhere in Tyrol, there's no guarantee that it will enjoy the same popularity in foreign lands. We must experiment and innovate if we are to capture new markets. Alright, from here, I'm going to go back to watching Pello. I'm going to go do some story with Gwen. So, I'll hopefully catch y'all in a bit. Kirby.
Okay, I'm back. It's been a while. Alright. I think what we'll do is the same thing as we did last time. We'll finish up what we have here, and then just call it a night. You know, it's late.
What's up, nerds?
The smell. I can't get rid of the smell.
What? Who are... I've had it up to here today. Boys, get him! I'm gonna kill you. Then that alpaca smells worse than shit. You fucked up now. Boom. Boys? Damn you, you'll regret this.
I got beans.
Oh. You've returned, and you look none the worse for wear. What a relief. For a blessing, this sack of coffee beans smells nothing like the thief who stole them.
Ah, our precious coffee beans. Thank you so much. I knew I could trust you. Our coffee's popularity continues to soar, as does the demand for it. I'm afraid incidents like this one have grown increasingly more common. Everyone's been pouring their hearts into this to make the most delicious coffee possible and give the mate tea farms a run for their money. And yet those thieves try to steal the very fruit of our labors. Bad apples, a lot of them. And you know a bad apple when you see one, don't you, Alpy? They deserve to be spat on. Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, sorry about that. Got a little carried away. But I've taken up enough of your time. Here, a little something for your troubles. And the spittle. She spat on their name. Fuck 'em. You know, I gotta do that side quest with Gwen. I think that'd be absolutely hilarious. Oh wow! Look at that! Chop you outside. Got his ass. Oh, Mountain Bear gazes at you warily with no hint of moving an ilm. Uses smoke bomb repellent to drive it away. Oh. Oh no. Your hands navigate through the sticky soil, finally grasping something solid within, a clump of coffee beans. Soil is warm to the touch and surprisingly moist. Nevertheless, you plunge your hands inside and retrieve a dripping clump of coffee beans. The stench emanating from this mound of soil is a veritable assault on the nostrils, but you persevere in the name of delicious coffee and stick your hands inside to claim one last clump of coffee beans. Oh, God. Why? Why, dude? Haha, funny poop jokes. God damn it, dude. Wonderful, you've returned. I'm glad to see you still have all your appendages. Ah, but tell me, were you able to find more of those wondrous coffee beans? These coffee beans are covered in putrid-smelling soil. I have indeed. Marvelous, thank you. Ah, but they seem to be covered in... Is that soil? Well, this appears to be dung. That would explain... Aha! As omnivores, mountain bears feed upon flora and fauna alike. Unbeknownst to us, however, it seems they develop a liking for our coffee plants and been stacking on them in secret. Because the beans are difficult to digest, they remain a hole in the bear's leavings. I suspect that while inside their stomachs, the flavors and fragrance of the plants and fruits the bears normally eat permeate the beans, diminishing their bitterness and resulting in coffee beans with a fruity, sweet flavor. Most intriguing discovery. One I couldn't have made without your help. Thank you. I dare say we have a new premium blend of coffee on our hands. Definitely part of mine. Poop jokes. Yeah, got him again. What the fuck? A sack thick enough to prevent a Noctocactuar's prickly spines from protruding to the exterior, yet able to be tied tightly enough that not even the tiniest of pests can escape. As you force the Noctocactuar into the sack, you notice the rubbed substance cling to its cuticles. What? That's just the color of its fruit, right? Nothing else mischievous. Oh, that's right. We're looking for how they make the dyes. Nothing mischievous, right? Is the bulge in those sacks what I think it is? An octocactuar sapped of all energy has been crammed into the sack. Wonderful, my friend. Wonderful. Frail as I am, I could never have hoped to carry back these oversized succulents. As agreed, I will share with you the secrets of our dyeing technique. Tell me, did you notice the little bits of red on their cuticles as you packed them into the sacks? Nothing to be alarmed about, but those are in fact parasites. Once infested by the vilekin, the Noctocactuar gradually weaken. Eventually, they wander away from their prickly peers and settle into the northwestern hills. Though it's not entirely clear if this migration is of their own volition. We found a Noctocactuar being completely sapped of its strength. We brushed the parasites alien into a bag, dried them, and finally crushed them to extract the carmine within. I'm sure using insects to create dye must seem unusual. When living in parched lands with sparse vegetation, one must develop a deep and rich understanding of all that is available. Deep and rich, like the color of our dye. Alright, well that's fine. Because I do know that's what they do with, like, you know, certain beetles, right? They turn them into, like, the red food coloring that you have in, like, your red velvet cake. And that's fine, because you can't taste them. Welcome back. How did you fare? A bulb plucked fresh off of felled Megamamui. A perfect specimen. This will surely make for fine mezcal. Tell me, were you aware that it was actually the peoples of Shaktaral who taught we Pelu Pelu how to make mezcal? Really? They taught us how to make the liquor with agave, but we also learned that using the bulb of a Megamagui gives the drink a real kick. The Megamagui would give me a real kick if I tried to procure their bulbs myself, which is why I can't thank you enough for your help. No doubt the batch of mezcal I make with this will be a delight. Alright. And with that, we'll break for tonight. I'll come back. And we'll do the rest of them later. I'm getting tired. So, be back later. Bye! Alright then. Let us continue where we left off before. It'll take a while, huh? And so it'll be these two. And then we get to do the side quest chain. Do I have enough water? Because I'm gonna have to voice the trolls. Oh, that'd be rough. Troubled craftsman. The need of a helping hand gone dull. Excuse me, sir, but do you have a moment? Please, I need your help. I'm a craftsman come to discuss a new project with my client, but I seem to have lost my lucky charm along the way. My, dear doll. I'm afraid how the meeting may turn out without it. Last time I saw it was at the Panic Pelu retreat. Perhaps it fell out when I was gathering my things. I'm to meet with my client in just a moment, and it wouldn't do to be late. I realize it's sudden, but would you find my doll for me? I'll delay the meeting for as long as I can. Sure, man. Don't want your deal going south real fast. Ujioga. Ah, an unfamiliar face. Are you perchance a traveler? If so, I dare say you could not have timed your visit any better. Tell me, do you know of the hot springs managed by the Pelu Pelu? My master will soon be performing a traditional dance of the Mamulja there. I intend to join him once I've closed my stall for the day. If you're interested in seeing it for yourself, simply head to the Panic Pelu retreat south of here and look for a dancer carrying himself with poise and grace. I see. So for those of you that don't know, the traditional dance of the Mamulja was also brought over to Eorzea at one point in time. And, sheesh. What? Search for the missing pouch. Huh. Anyhow. But yeah, there was a side quest that had to deal with a Mamulja that's in Upper Lenosha. And he was hired on by, Gigaraju in, Costa del Sol. And the dude's dancing horrified everybody except for Gigaraju. Gigaraju was intrigued. That to me is funny. Okay, a small pouch behind the shelf. Inside you find an adorable doll, a warm smile adorning its face. It appears to be the missing item. Good. Are you the dancer?
You are interested in our traditional bathing dance. I am honored.
It would be my pleasure to show it to you, but to truly appreciate it, first you must understand the purpose behind each movement. The dancer steps before the spring, pours its purifying waters over their body thrice, cleansing skin of grime, mind of thoughts, and joints of ache. Only when they are in perfect condition may the dance begin. Come, I will show you. The bathing dance is under no circumstances allowed in the public springs. Those who do not comply will be escorted out and banned from further entry. The stimulation is simply too much for the other guests. I'd be happy to have someone escort you to one of our private springs where you may perform the dance to your heart's content. What? I was unaware of such a rule. Very well. It's regrettable that I cannot demonstrate Mamulja tradition before an audience, but better that I dance in private than not at all. And I'm sorry you came all this way for nothing, my friend. Would you be kind enough to let my pupil Vulgilja know that I'll be performing in seclusion? I am so glad the traditional dance is still here. I'm actually more surprised that it was not brought up during MSQ at all. Sorry, but it looks like your master will be performing behind closed doors. Oh dear. Forgive me. I didn't realize the dance had been forbidden in the public springs. Traveled all this way to perform it, following in the graceful footsteps of the most experienced and most handsome of all my master's pupils. Oh, Bugulja, how I miss him. He left Tural many years ago, saying he would make a name for himself as a mercenary across the salt. I hope he is well. But that is neither here nor there. I must thank you for relaying Master's message to me. I will join him in the private springs when I finish up here. It's unfortunate you could not witness the dance today. But hopefully, one day soon, you will have the opportunity to behold the glory of our sacred dance. So that's what the Mamulja's name was in Upper Lenosha. Bugalja. There we go. Were you able to find it? This pouch contains a traditional Pelu Pelu doll with an endearing smile on its face. Oh, thank goodness. My precious doll. I won't let it out of my sight again. We Pelu Pelu became merchants after Galul Jaja bestowed a great kindness upon our people. To help achieve this goal of fostering amity between clans, this doll's bright smile serves as a reminder to uphold that ideal, to spread happiness through trade. I have no doubt that you, being the kind-hearted individual that you are, will enjoy great fortune and happiness in your future business endeavors. I truly can't thank you enough for your help. Okay. Ooh. Oh, Nopely. To catch a merchant. Nopely is eager to put a stop to the pernicious peddler's malevolent schemes. Every moment we leave that peddler to his own devices is another opportunity for some unsuspecting traveler to be hoodwinked. We need to figure out where he's been and where he may go next. Ask around Watching Pello if anyone else has had similar run-ins with disreputable merchants. In the meantime, I'd like you to find that scoundrel and keep him in your sights by whatever means necessary. We can't have him leaving before we've had the chance to settle this matter after all. I expect he's still in Urqopacha, visiting the markets to use his ill-gotten pelf to stock up for his return to Eorzea. Like as not. He's inspecting the stalls at Ukvlo's inn. Ask after a Lalafell by the name of Gigimolu, but be discreet. Once you found him, try to keep him occupied for as long as you can. And I found him immediately. Ah, well, this is a pleasant surprise. To think we would meet again here, of all places. You do recognize me, don't you? The merchant you spoke with on the ship to Tuliolal. I neglected to impart my name to you at the time, but I shall happily rectify that now. Gigimolu at your service. Since my arrival on the continent, I must say business has been booming. I'll spare you the details of my most recent transaction, but suffice it to say, I earned quite a handsome sum from a most generous young merchant. Truly makes a lengthy voyage here feel well worth the trouble. All that remains before I return to Eorzea is to purchase some commodities. Alas, ever since I felt the soothing waters of Panakpelu retreat on my skin, I can think of little else. The mere mention of it has started my yearning to avail myself of those hot springs once more. It was a pleasure to meet you again, my friend, but I must be going. Farewell. How about you get? Really? Nobody started this up yet. Oh, it's you again. Did you follow me here? Or perhaps you too have succumbed to the allure of these hot springs. The water is the perfect temperature, and the view ravishing. All my worries seem to just melt away. Though I suppose I've also Calvi to thank for that. Calvi? His name is Kavli. He's been the perfect attendant, taking care of my every need. I'm surprised you're still listening to me ramble on. If I didn't know better, I might think you came not to enjoy the springs, but to talk to me. Gigimolu is growing suspicious of you. Perhaps it would be best to speak with Kavli instead. Gigimolu truly did such an awful thing? I had no idea. Yeah, he sold a guy corrupted crystals, telling him they were priceless. He only recently began to visit these springs, and hired me to take care of odds and ends for him during his sojourns. I took him to be quite the affluent individual, the way he carries himself. My heart goes out to poor Nopoli, but as a Pelu, I'm quite intrigued by Gigimolu's trading practices. What do you mean? Allow me to explain. Many years ago, we Pelu were looked down upon by the other peoples of Tiral, both figuratively and literally, due to our diminutive stature. Chagrined, it is said that our ancestors decided to start wearing masks made in the image of the most powerful Tiral Vidral, Velagarmanda, in order to strike fear into the hearts of all who looked upon them. Today, however, the meaning of the masks has changed. After becoming peddlers at the Dawn Servant's suggestion, the masks have come to symbolize fair transactions. Indeed, they are now proof of our reputability. Instead of focusing solely on our own profit, we endeavor to make every trade mutually satisfactory. Countless years of doing so has earned us the respect of those around us. We now very rarely experience any belittlement. Really? Yet it seems Gigimolu wishes only to fill his own coffers, and at the expense of those with whom he does business. It's a shame. After what he's done, no Tirali will wish to barter with him again, no matter what quality of import he has at hand. I'll keep a close eye on him from now on. I don't want to see anyone else swindled out of their hard-earned pelf. Though given his present euphoria, I doubt he'll be doing anything of the sort anytime soon. That said, I'm sure Nopoli must be anxious to hear from you. I have matters well in hand. Why don't you return to him? Oops. Right. Other cutscene. Hey, Nopally. What? You met Gigimolu during your voyage to Tyrol? What a small world. In any case, thank you for lending your assistance once again, Jinichi. It's reassuring to know Kavli will be keeping careful watch of him. As for my investigation here, it seems I'm presently Gigimolu's only victim, but I fear I won't be the last. There's no telling what underhanded tricks he'll use to procure those wares you spoke of, and I refuse to besmirch all that it means to be a merchant. I have a plan, but I'm going to need your help. Finding bait. Hopefully appears to be deep in thought. I'd like your opinion on something, Shinichi. Should word spread of Gigimolo's underhanded practices, it won't be long before there's not a soul in all Tyrol willing to deal with him. How do you feel about that?
Serves him right.
Indeed. Yet I would be disappointed by such a conclusion. After all, we'd lose one of the few merchants willing to voyage across the seas to do business with us. He is to remain a potential trading partner in the years to come. He needs to be made to see the error of his ways. I suspect a few words of warning will do little, however. He needs to be taught a proper lesson. To feel the sting of being swindled for himself. And we shall make sure he does that. The Pelu Pelu way. First, we'll need an alluring piece of merchandise to serve as bait. Hailing from across the salt yourself, I can think of none better suited to finding something that might garner his interest. Have a look about and see what local specialities we have to offer. I should like to know if anything catches your eye. Probably the booze. Something rare? I can think of nothing better than coffee plants. They'd sure fetch a handsome price, seeing as you most likely can't find them where you're from. Actually, we do have coffee over in Eorzea. Oh, so you can find them there. Well, in that case, I'd like to try your coffee for myself. How the turn's tabled. A local specialty that's on the rarer side. How about the popotos being sold at the distillery? Some of the few vegetables that can be cultivated at these altitudes. We have popotos over in Eorzea. Oh, you already have popotos plenty in Eorzea? Well, I'll be. If they're popular across the salt as well, I couldn't be prouder. Doll peddler. If it's for a merchant, they might be interested in our traditional dolls. They're believed to be good luck for business. I carry one around myself, as it so happens. Whether or not someone unaware of its origin and significance will truly appreciate it is another question entirely. I can jump over the... If you're looking for something out of the ordinary, I'd have to recommend an Ulan bristle hairbrush. Ulan? Ulan? Something like that. Wow. Ulan. New Orleans. They're good to keep the alpacas free of fleas, and they prevent skin conditions, among other things. And while you'd expect them to turn and spit on anyone tugging on their hair, the alpacas seem to enjoy the grooming. It's a simple way to keep them clean and to keep them healthy and happy. People can use the brushes too, obviously. The Ulan bristles help distribute natural scalp oils, strip the hair of leftover dead strands to promote a healthy scalp. It's surprisingly gentle on the skin too, so it's little wonder they've grown so popular. Popotos and coffee plants do not seem like enticing bait enough to draw Gigimolu's interest. The dole and hairbrush, on the other hand, may just be tantalizing enough. Report back to Nopally and inform him of your findings. Jesus Christ, I can't read. But it was close enough, I suppose. Alright. You are returned. I take it you found an item or two of interest. I have indeed. A doll and a comb. I see. An Ulan bristle hairbrush and one of our traditional dolls. I must admit, whether such a doll would truly be desirable to an outsider is a bit dubious. I think it'd be safest to go with the hairbrush. My thanks for finding a suitable bait. Normally, they go for 1 pel in the 10,000s column, but to teach our prodigious peddler a lesson, I'll offer him 1 pel in the 100,000th column. Lest you worry, I won't actually sell it to him. I'm just giving him a taste of his own medicine, so he can come to understand why a fair and honest deal is so important to wee Pelu Pelu. More importantly, I wish to convey something to him, merchant to merchant. So, what do you say? You lend me your aid? Help nobly? Yeah. Thank you. Let's give Gigimola an offer he can't refuse. The trap. Nobly is of a mind to swindle a swindler. All that remains is for me to begin my negotiations with Gigimolu. However, even should I approach him, I expect he wouldn't be willing to bend an ear to anything I have to say. But if you, a fellow Eorzean, were to whisper in his ear of a merchant dealing in exotic wares he won't find elsewhere, I dare say his interest will be piqued. I expect he's still soaking in the springs, so try searching for him first at Penek Pelu Retreat. I will join you after procuring a suitable store of hairbrushes. Ah, it is you again. I take it that you too are unable to resist the allure of these waters. I deal in exotic wares now. I see. And you wish to introduce me to this merchant of exotic wares. How thoughtful of you. I'm honestly surprised you remembered that I've yet to find suitable goods to take back to Eorzea. Very well, I shall meet this merchant, but I can hardly sit at the negotiating table in a little more than a bathing towel. Pray wait for me below while I make myself presentable. In the following sequence, you'll be tasked with supporting Nopoli's negotiations with Gigimolu. As the negotiations may take several minutes, you may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Wait for the negotiations to begin? Yeah. Ah. Thank you for waiting. Now, where is this merchant you wish to introduce me to? Remember this guy? Nobly. I see. So you two were in cahoots. If you come to return the corrupted crystals, I'm afraid I do not accept refunds. Didn't Shinichi tell you? I'm here to make you an offer. Make me an offer? I wasn't born yesterday. Whatever it is you're planning, I want nothing to do with it. The Pelu Pelu strive to bring others happiness through trade. Hogwash. You really expect me to believe I could benefit from another deal with him? This is not only for your benefit, but that of new customers you're certain to meet in future commercial endeavors. Upon my mask, I swear it. You can swear upon whatever you like. I still won't believe you. The only thing I trust less than your word is your meager eye for quality. Any product selected by your hand is one unworthy of my stalls. I picked it out myself. You selected it? Well, now that changes things. Considering your wealth of experience with both Eorzea and Tyrol, yours are eyes I can trust. I see we have your attention. Then without further ado, allow me to present you my premium selection of high-quality alpaca hairbrushes. The bristles are firm yet supple, gentle in the skin, and exceedingly pleasant to the touch. Even the most sensitive alpacas can't get enough of it. Indeed, I dare say these brushes are of unparalleled quality. Nor do you have brushes for livestock in Eorzea. Furthermore, the market for such a commodity would be limited to farmers, all but squandering any chance to profit. I will not purchase a product merely because of its good quality. What if you could use it on your own hair, then? I must admit, as a merchant, it is always important to make oneself as personal as possible, yet I'm confused as to why you would ask. Ah, so people can use the brush as well. Then may I try it for myself? It is a quality product for men and women of good taste, and the potential market could expand considerably. my. This is quite lovely. The way the bristles gently caress my scalp, each stroke gliding through my hair like a gentle breeze, and somehow every strand falls perfectly into place. My hair has never felt so soft and smooth. Yes, consider me interested. I dare say the brushes will sell themselves to those with a like-minded taste for elegance. Now, let us discuss payment. By my estimation, a single brush would be roughly 10,000 pel, give or take. Speaking of worth, I forgot to mention one terribly important detail. The brushes are made with the hair of a creature indigenous to Taral, the Ualan. Specimens are painstakingly chosen for each brush by a master craftsman, paying close attention to the beast's age as well as the texture, thickness, and strength of their hair. I say a single brush is worth no less than 2 pel in the 100,000s column. I beg your pardon? 200,000 pel for a brush? You must be out of your mind. Take my business elsewhere. Wait! After purchasing the corrupted crystals from you, I'm in urgent need of funds. If you agree not to disclose this to anyone else, I'm willing to sell the brushes to you for half that price. Go so far as to offer them at half the market price. It certainly comes as no surprise that you lack capital. You may not find a more opportune bargain. Very well. You have yourself a deal. I shall use all the pel I have on hand to purchase as many brushes as you can offer. Yeah, I did it. To think the man I swindled would offer me such a bargain. The Pelu Pelu may make for better customers than they do merchants. Now then, let us return to my storehouse in Wachinpelo to finalize our transaction. I trust that is fine with you, Gigimolu. Indeed. I shall make a short detour to Ukvalo's Inn to gather my things before joining you. Pray excuse me. The negotiations went rather well, if I do say so myself. I cannot thank you enough for your assistance. But now the negotiations can truly begin. We should hurry back to Wachinpelo as well. Alright, here we go. End of the quest. All that remains is the final exchange. Dianopoli truly is a generous soul. There you are, Shinichi. Now that we're all assembled, let's continue our discussion. What is there to discuss? The deal is already agreed upon. All that remains is the exchange of goods. Are you sure? Even though I told you that the actual value of a brush is a single pel in the 10,000s column? What? You deceived me! Oh no, nothing of the sort. I merely followed your example. I do personally believe that a single brush is worth 2 pel in the 100,000s column. I also urgently need funds after purchasing those crystals. But more importantly, the brushes are of unparalleled quality. I think I would be outfoxed by the man I took for a fool. Yet, why tell me its true value now? Had you remained silent, you could have made back all the money you lost. I find that a strange question. Are we not both merchants? Rather than prey on one another, hoping to make our fortunes in a single exchange, would it not be mutually beneficial for us in the long term to become trade partners? As far as I'm concerned, this is a chance I can't afford to let slip away. Foreign merchants willing to sail all the way to Taral are few and far between. I certainly won't have the wherewithal to travel to Eorzea myself anytime soon. For all I've done, you would ask to be my trade partner? I apply my trade in a city called Ul'dah, where the unspoken rule of business is to deceive or be deceived. Seize what opportunities you can and quickly move on. Long-term profits have ever been the furthest thing from my mind. When I first saw you, Nopli, I could sense your naivete. Thus did I approach you with a mind to exploit it. Pawn my worthless corrupted crystals into your eager hands. At the time, I thought it simply business as usual. And yet I am wholly embarrassed by the thought of it now. That you would use the same ploy against me, and for even greater profit, makes it all the more shameful. Nopli, I am truly sorry for deceiving you. I shall return all the money I took from you, make what amends I can for the trouble I've caused. I do not deserve your forgiveness, let alone your partnership, if you're certain that is the best course. I am, but forget about the money. I'd like you to bring back more of those corrupted crystals. If I can find some use for them, we'll have a product that can be easily sold for a premium. We can corner the market here in Tyrol. I'm happy to oblige, until such time that the crystals become profitable here. I could not proceed in good conscience without a product we could both benefit from. If it please you, I'd like to explore our options. All's well that ends well, I suppose. Couldn't convince Gigimola without your help, Shinichi. Together, I believe he and I can bring others happiness through trade not only in Tyrol, but Eorzea and beyond. I prepared a small gift for you to show my thanks, though it is hardly enough. I hope this is of some benefit to you during your travels, and if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to find me. Money. Adios. All right. Now we're done here to Warlord's Echo. There's 4 out and about in the world. And once again, Merfurler is the one we're gonna sit back on. Do him afterwards, and then we'll do the combined quest. Berborlor. Berborlor is running dangerously low on medicine for the injured. You there, outsider. I have run dangerously low on ingredients for the concoction of essential medicine. Could I trouble you to go and fetch more? While our size and strength is far greater than any visitor, there are no few of us that still fear injury and sickness. I would send you to acquire 3 things: alpine seeds, an Urqopacha larva, and a good handful of mountainous herb moss. Fortunately, I believe they can all be harvested up the hill north of here. Bombyx, Urqopacha. Yeah, I believe this guy's on top of this tower, right? The Bargar. The biggest sucker, and he gives me some French toast. Ah, the hero who brought low Valigarmanda. I would beg your aid in exterminating a new threat that has visited the Yakhoi. One of our kin recently went missing, only to turn up just outside the ruins of the Shades of Grief, reduced to a desiccated corpse. Judging from the wounds, the poor soul must have been fed upon by a particularly formidable bloodsucker. This fiend cannot be suffered to live. To lure it out, we have placed blood-soaked meat at strategic locations around the ruins. One of my comrades is there now, and he'd doubtless be grateful for your assistance. Arborger. Ooh, aloe vera. Distantly related to the strain that grows in Mericidia. Really? This hardy, succulent stores water that leaves to survive in dry climates. What fortuitous timing. We have Sanctifruit in need of distribution to the villagers. I can think of no one better to handle a matter of such deep significance. While it is surely a trifling task for one so formidable as you, our people would be honored indeed to accept this blessed fruit from your famously capable hands. So please, take this harvest and pass it on to the good people of Warlord's Echo. Lord Merlor. Well met. I'm expecting a Pelu merchant to arrive at any moment now. Really, it's thanks to you that we are in any state to do business at all, isn't it? The health benefits of this legendary fruit cannot be overstated. Ah, a Sanctifruit.
You've never seen its like before. The reason is simple. Of all the crops we grow, this is one we don't export. Something so valuable to our culture could never be traded for coin. No, it belongs with us, and this one in particular belongs in my belly.
Yay.
Alright, let's just get back to it. I ended up having to like just say, fuck it, and stop the recording. When Kane got wanted to run through the story. We're almost done though. Kinda. We're halfway through the story at the moment. Oh shit. Let's actually just go and do this stuff first. I don't know what I'm doing anymore, man. It's been like 2 days since I last did this. I don't even want to put on the voices. I just want to get this done. Greetings, little guest. Wait, am I dreaming, or are you one of the great warriors who vanquished Valley Garmanda? Please, have this fruit. That's right, I remember. Oh my, and you're even handing out Sancta fruit. Truly, you honor me. It's a Yakhoi tradition to receive this fruit from the mightiest of fighters. With any luck, perhaps that strength of yours will rub off on me. Maybe. Hey, it's Gerfurler. His big ol' fucking hard hat. There we go. Well now, if it isn't the hero of Warlord's Echo, what's that you have in your hand? A fruit. And nothing but a fruit. You're delivering Sancta fruit. Well, far be it from me to complain. I was just thinking I could do with a snack. If you had one, peel off the skin and you'll find starchy yellow pulp that's not only delicious, but full to bursting with nutrients. What? Coming from you, I expect this fruit will taste all the sweeter. Thank you. Is that just a banana? Banana. Oh man. Nice to just be able to relax in this game and just do side quests. I can't wait to meet the corn servant again once I'm done with this. Thank you for passing out the Sancta fruit. Having seen the people's appreciation firsthand, are you perhaps curious as to the significance of such a seemingly simple act? According to ancient Yakhoi legend, our ancestor Carvarher prayed to the gods that we might have strength without equal, and so bestowed the Sancta fruit upon the masses. He has since been revered for his boundless generosity. Inspired by his gesture, those who accomplish great feats here in Warlord's Echo have taken up the custom of delivering this fruit to the people. Thus did I invite you to do the same. After all, I can think of none more worthy to perform the rite of a venerated warrior. Now for the final step. For the fruit giver to be given a gift in turn. Please accept this with my gratitude. Aloe vera. If only. It's just an ingredient, right? I can't just, like, scarf it down. Yeah. Fermented aloe juice. Interesting. Zarworker. He is Zarworker. Ooh, swamp monk. Well met, traveler. By the looks of you, I presume you know how to hunt, yes? Would you be interested to learn how we prepare our traditional jerky? Actually, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. In exchange, all I ask that you supply the main ingredient, as my stock is running low. For this, we will require Tuladile meat. Head north of our village and look for a specimen worthy of salting. Will do, Magoo. Anxious Yakhoi. Soothing the salty. Gods, what if they kill him? You there, visitor, I need a favor. A friend of mine left to barter with the Chihuahua, and he's still not back. Those salt workers are notorious for their aggressive sales tactics, not to mention their exorbitant rates. It's criminal. Normally, he takes a combat-capable friend along with him, but this time he had no choice but to go alone. Suffice it to say, I'm dreading the worst. If you happen to see any salt workers hassling my poor friend, would you attempt to soothe them? They're generally more forgiving of transgressions from those outside of our culture. Failing that, try telling them Gorl Karyor. I'm sure they'll listen to words of the ancient tongue. Alright, time to go kill a fucking crocodile. Spinning them around. Bam! Oh, I gotta kill one more. There we go. What we gotta do here? Lump of mountain herb moss. Oh, this is where we get the alpine seeds and the larva. Okay. Gotta find the Urqopacha larva. Whatever the fuck that is. I don't even know what an Urqopacha is. Yeah, that's nearby. Alright, there's a zone over here. Now you're what? Or you're gonna. Nice. We got the 4 out here. Might as well pick them up while we're out here. Where were they again? Further up, okay. Close by proof. Howdy. Greetings, visitor. You know the plan, yes? Well, there's a problem. Some other creatures have been drawn in by the smell of the meat, oh yes. Yes, that despicable bloodsucker will never creep out from hiding so long as they're around. Yes, I'm afraid I must ask you to get rid of them. Luckily, there is nothing our quarry loves better than fresh blood. The more of it, the better, oh yes. I'll watch from a distance, yes. Once the creatures have been dealt with, come to the west side of the ruins. What? What? What was this one about? About somebody being attacked by a fucking large bloodsucker? Hi fellas. Okay, very weird. Fully resistant. Finally, you must be so exhausted after all that dashing and slashing. As for me, I feel rather invigorated, oh yes. Well, I was practically counting the seconds until I could drain your life's blood. The enemy reveals itself. Shape-shifting bloodsuckers. Crazy. Who would have thought? Done fucked up now. Bam! Kick this ass.
bark.
Right, there was a quest over here.
Brownie Yakoi knows how to work smarter, not harder. Perfect timing, visitor. Have you any interest in a little trial of strength? I have here a builder stone, freshly cut and shaped by yours truly. Let me see you carry it to the northwestern proof, where my good friend awaits. That is, unless, well, a Yakoi like myself could lift it with ease, but I worry that it might be too heavy for your kind. Are you up to the task, little one? Totally, let's do it! Northwestern proof. I'm just expecting it that I can just start carrying it, like, right off the bat. Man, this is some bullshit. Especially if, like, you're a Lalafell. Heft this shit over your head. What the fuck? A block this size for a Lalafell? Shit. There you are. Ah, the Builder's Stone has arrived at last. I am grateful, of course, but also confused. How did it end up in your hands? I was just passing by and decided to take it. What? You mean to tell me that lazy oaf foisted his work onto you? These stones are miserable to carry, even for us. But I can only assume he tricked you into it somehow. On his behalf, I offer my sincere apologies. Still, you didn't have much difficulty at all. You know, if I were you, I'd march right back to him and say, don't underestimate me. Sounds like a good idea. Hey, you. Yeah, you guy. Where's me? It's the very bottom right. Yeah, here it is. Ah, I did it. What's that smirk on your face? Surely you didn't actually carry that miserable heavy stone all the way there. What? You did? Oh, now. Seems I underestimated you. That is worthy of an apology. First, you should know that the stone you carried was urgently needed to repair a number of graves damaged in a devastating storm not long ago. You passed by and merely thought to have some fun with an outsider. I did not realize I would be disrespecting a fellow warrior of great strength. Henceforth, I will not think so lightly of our visitors. Now there are more stones that need to be taken to the proper place, and I intend to do the rest of the heavy lifting myself. Allergic Yakoi is in need of a dry delivered grandmother's grave gift. Ah, I know you. You are a member of the Third Promise's retinue, as I recall, and strong for your sides besides. I would ask a favor then. Could you pick 3 Torto violets and bring them to me? The field's monstrous plants and their pollen are more than my nose can bear, and no one wants drippy flowers. At the very least, I do not. Okay. Torto. Now you kill this thing. Takes me forever to find this guy so I can kick his ass.
What happened to you, bud? Injured Yakoi appears to be languishing in pain.
A moment, if you would, visitor. You see, I was en route to deliver pigment from Warlord's Echo to Sentinel just ahead. Fool that I was, I let my guard down, and when monsters attacked, I had no choice but to flee for my life, abandoning my rations and even my precious cargo. Bees can have the food for all I care, but that pigment is essential for the repair of our cave murals. Thus I ask, no, I beseech you, go and retrieve the jarred pigment I left behind near the sunken stars.
Damn, dude, you ran all this fucking way home. I'm gonna talk to the guy inside here. I'm gonna talk some gossip about you because you a dumb ass. Viervager has just had his vials, filled his vials with warding water. You there. By my reckoning, you look to be precisely the sort of seasoned warrior we need right now. Not far from these ruins, there are craters where the heat of Valigarmunda's scorching devastation yet lingers, attracting swarms of elderflints. If left unchecked, these rock-like creatures will feed on the flames there until they explode. A gathering of flints can incite a chain of reaction with greater potential for harm. Normally, we stamp them out on sight, but they have begun to multiply faster than we can rout them, and we are regrettably short-handed. Thus did I devise a means to impede their proliferation. Would you weaken the elderflints swarming the craters and sprinkle this warding water upon them? If it is not too much to ask, of course. And that's all you want me to do, is just put the water on them? Suppose I can also kill them while I'm at it. Tortor. Hey, look, a bloodsucker. Is that a chupacabra? It is! It's a chupa thingy. Oh. Oh, okay. Enemy is not weak. Resist that. See if it resists this. Bam! I gotta go do it all the way. Do it another piece. Rumble. Bam! No rock-like monsters. Rock lobster. Another one for the road. why this guy's pissed and I'm taking some pain.
The food I understood.
Chop your chow's up.
Welcome back. The picking went well, I take it. It did indeed. Purple Bloom gathered on behalf of a very allergic Yakoi woman. Thank you for obliging me. I wanted to get flowers for my grandmother, and these are one of her favorites. We have a tradition of carving symbols of our favorite things on our graves, you see. Hers is a flower for each of the 4 seasons, so I've been giving her a few each throughout the year. Well, I had better get these to grandmother before they wilt. Take this as a token of my thanks. A ring. 2 slots remaining in your inventory. Well, now. The pain has receded in the time you were away, if only a little. Have you found the pigment? I have indeed. This pigment is essential for repainting faded cave murals. Yes, this is it. Full glad am I to see it again, and with nary a crack in the jar. This will be of great use to the repair efforts. Though these particular murals are shielded from the sun and other elements, they still fade with time, and so require a regular upkeep. I intended to take part in the repairs myself, but yeah, I'm afraid I must first tend to my wounds at Sentinel.
Youch!
Forgive me, I thought I would observe your progress from a safe distance, but I see now that my plan was a success. You see, our warding water is collected from the sacred depths of Carverher the First. It has the power to greatly diminish finer energy stored within an elder flint. Subsequently, those imbued with water don't explode so much as fizzle out. In this way, only the comparatively less dangerous creatures will be allowed to multiply safely. So long as we continue our regular exterminations, we need no longer live in fear of large-scale explosions. Now, please accept a small payment for your assistance. An earring. A lookout point. Well, I came over here to do that. Orkor Lodor. In the Yakoi tongue, its name means mountains most high, blooming with all the world's colors. The sight of a rainbow strata rising from a carpet of vivid flowers is almost illusory in its brilliance. Its slopes, steeped in ambient ether, have been revered by the giants as a sacred site for centuries uncounted. It's hard to see from here. Wait, can I go diving here? Oh shit, no way! Urqopacha. Okay, so it's another, like, spearfishing spot, it looks like. And they're really down here. Not only that, but there's a wall right here. Mapping the realm of Urqopacha.
Oh, oops. South.
Whoa, show respect, weasel worm. I need to see them. Hey, calm down. Who is this puny outsider? Little one will not interfere. First I rip this one in half. Please, no, not in half. How can I get him to listen to reason? Chat mode and say, use your keyboard or software keyboard to enter any phrase containing the words Goral Karyor to get the salt worker's attention. Little outsider knows Goral Karyor. Surprising. This time I go home, but next time no more angering us. Thank the gods. Was it my dear worrywart friend who sent you? I was trying to negotiate fairly, but something I said must have offended him. What you spoke was a peacemaker's phrase that means roughly, your virtue casts the light of fortune upon me. Oh. It offers the most utmost respect to the listener and invites them to repay you with the same. My friend taught it to you, didn't she? Would that I had such unwavering courage. In any case, let's hurry back to Warlord's Echo. Got a good friend if they remember the old ways. They know how to get you out of a bind. 'Cause you're stupid. You have any trouble finding everything? Nope, no trouble at all. Oil of impressive quality can be extracted from these elusive seeds. The growth hormone found in these immature silkworms is a common ingredient in many Yakoi medicines. And finally, apply liberally to reduce inflammation. I am truly in your debt, outsider. Likewise, my kin will surely rest easy knowing the medicine supply has been replenished. When Veligarmanda escaped his prison of ice, I confess I feared our doom to be imminent. Not only did you and yours swiftly end his rampage, the puissant healing magics of your blue-clad companions saved a great many lives. Rest assured, the ingredients you brought today will be put to good use preparing medicine for those still convalescing. Truly, our people cannot thank you enough. Not a problem, that's what we do. I clean out my fucking inventory. How much space do I got in the saddlebag? A goodly chunk. Gotta use it on stuff that need proper leveling up. Alright, I killed it. It disguised itself, yep. The bloodsucker was disguised as my comrade all along. Surely that cannot be. Forgive me. I don't know what to say. If the fiend was possessed of such an alarming ability, I should think someone would have made mention of it before now. Years ago, the head of reason once speculated that the beasts we call bloodsuckers are in fact beings known as void sent, come from another realm. Others have even suggested they might be invaders from distant stars. I have heard many and more theories over the years, but perhaps I was unwise to shrug them off as I have. In any case, the threat is no more, and our village owes you a debt. Now, if you will excuse me, I must find my missing comrade. I hope you find him. Sounds like it sucks. How fares the hunt? That was really easy. This lean, sinewy meat is perfect for salting. Go. Ooh, now there's a beautiful slab. Barely any fat to trim. Quick coating of salt, we should be well on our way to some mouth-watering jerky. The key, you see, is to lay the meat strips in a well-lit area with cool, dry air. Good thing we're on top of a mountain, huh? The Dawn servant himself once tasted my jerky many years ago. The head of resolve liked it so much he wolfed it down in moments. I can still recall the head of reason's look of disgust. Must you inhale it? But there's no time to reminisce about the old days. There's work to be done, and this Tuladile meat will make a scrumptious jerky with just the right amount of chew. While you were hunting, I cooked you a little treat for later. Consider it your payment for replenishing my stock. Nice.
I need to put stuff away, actually, into this saddlebag. First, we want to put away, like, the level 90 stuff, don't we? Sure. Any others beside this? I don't think so. That's a really good question. Do I... For those, I wondered if I have any other classes I could use it at the moment. Because I'm leveling sages at 70, bards at 41, white mages at 41. The only things that might be able to use it would be samurai and reaper. I think it's definitely like my maiming set that I might be popping them on. Because they're at 90 right now, red mages at 60. So yeah, there's still a lot to do. Nah, so my warrior's at 96 now, so I can pop the 96 stuff for it. Some gear here. Any of these good. 93. 3. Worry about that later, I guess. You have no idea how relieved I am to see you. My friend here told me everything that happened. You know about the Chirwagar, yes? They inhabit a vast Saltern they believe to be a gift from the gods. Rather than share this gift with others, they bully the weak and vulnerable among us into paying for it at obscene prices. The worst part, though it pains me to admit it, the salt is delicious. Someone would even say addictive. That's why so many of us continue to put ourselves in harm's way to barter with them. Long story short, our relationship with them is complicated, to say the least. It is my hope that someday we can do business without the fear of violent outbursts. Would be nice. The salt cartel here is gonna go fucking batshit insane. Alright. Let's talk to Merfurler. Get some banana pond cake.
Well met, Shinichi. I am honored that you would return to speak with me again. Would you tell me of your life as an adventurer? I help people in need. I see. So you travel far and wide, aiding others in myriad ways, and in so doing, earning your keep. I know of someone that might benefit from such assistance, a craftsman in urgent need of a particular material. The sites replete with this resource are overrun with fiery fiends, and those ill-equipped to defend themselves dare not brave them. Surely even I could be of some use in that regard. But how would a true adventurer present themselves to a potential client? Again, I must request a demonstration, provided you are willing and able. Yeah. I am much obliged to you, Shinichi. The craftsman of whom I speak plies his trade in the southeast of our village. Let us pray he will be amenable to an arrangement. Blah, 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 blah. This is the craftsman. I have appraised him of the situation. So, this is the adventure showing my old friend the ropes, eh? So I did this with Gwen, and immediately the first thing I was thinking of was like, okay, we need to give this guy a Canadian voice. A northern voice, something like that. If you're willing to fetch me materials, I'd be more than happy to pay for them. What I need is Naryor obsidian. The more the better. To be clear, this is my trial to undertake. You need only point me in the right direction. I shall do the rest. Once you are ready to proceed, meet me at Naryor Gorna. Yeah, I just found that just earlier. The obsidian I'm after can be found in the Naryor Gorna. I'd go there myself were it not for those monsters, eh? Man, doing side quests really takes it out of me.
Da-da-da.
Place looks kind of cool with all like the glowing embers and shit from Valley Garmonda. I shall dutifully observe your every act. Once you gathered a few pieces of obsidian, would you show them to me? Have you managed to find the obsidian?
I have indeed. Historically, the Urqopacha have used this glossy black ore to craft weapons and, in modern times, accessories.
How captivating its ebon luster. These pieces are of superior quality. From watching you, I have learned the importance of carefully inspecting one's surroundings. Now it is time for me to put your teachings to the proof. In the meantime, I ask that you return to Warlord's Echo and let our client know I have this matter well in hand. Can do, Magoo. Oof. Ooh.
Welcome back. Judging from the Merfurler's conspicuous absence, I presume he no longer needs your direct supervision. You may not know this, but Naryor obsidian is of historical importance to the Urqopacha. When our people still ruled a continent, it was valued for the ease with which it could be napped into razor-sharp weaponry, arrows, daggers, and the like. While it was our size and strength that enabled us to dominate other people of Tyrol, tools like these were indispensable as well. How ironic that once we had subjugated the so-called lesser races, we would so readily avail ourselves of their metalworks instead, eh? Thus was obsidian weaponry rendered a relic of the past, and the material relegated to accoutrements for which our village is now known.
Forgive the interruption, but I have returned. I hope this will be enough for your purposes.
3 bags full. You hope? This is a tremendous amount, and all of it exceptional quality, no less. You brought me a supply that will last for many moons to come. Please accept this payment as your reward. I've added a little extra as a token of my gratitude. Divide it as you see fit. You have my deepest thanks. Perhaps I was too enthusiastic in my efforts. While he didn't seem appreciative, I realize now it was far more than a craftsman working alone could possibly require. I doubt he'll have needed my services for the foreseeable future. I must seek out other clients if I'm to make a living. And I'm hard-pressed to think of any other prospects in the village. But of course, this is why you travel, to meet new people and find new opportunities. Then let us move on. This experience too has been enlightening, and besides, I still need to give you your share. I didn't think that side quest was too bad. Just a dude trying to figure out what to do now that he's unemployed.
Shinichi, it has been a delight to learn your trade from you. Rewarding, too, to discover that mere gathering a stone can be enough to spark joy in others. After today, I can say that aiding others has given me a newfound sense of fulfillment. Alas, opportunities to do so may be lacking here in Warlord's Echo. After I had some time to put my thoughts in order, I would be honored if you would advise me on my next course of action.
Sure. Giant's footsteps. Furler has been thinking long and hard about how he might best serve others.
Greetings, Shinichi. I seek a new venture through which I may use my martial prowess to aid others. But the fact remains that I am unlikely to find one in this village. It seems I have no choice but to beg the boon of your wisdom once more. Have you any ideas? Have you tried asking around another village? Our closest neighbors are the Pelu Pelu, watching Pello. Yes, perhaps the little ones would have need of a protector. Come to think of it, there are no few traveling Pelu Pelu merchants who employ bodyguards to defend them from beasts and bandits. However, I am unaccustomed to dealing with their kind and lack the confidence to approach them, especially given my unfamiliarity with this profession. Therefore, while it pains me to impose upon your goodwill once more, would you be willing to train me in the ways of the bodyguard? If so, I ask that you join me just outside the village on the path in the shades of grief. Watch out for the bloodsuckers. Apparently they're shapeshifters. And that's such a weird piece of lore that bloodsuckers are also void sent. Or perhaps aliens from another world. That is all sorts of nutty. I thank you for joining me. Now, while I am no stranger to battle, I have only ever guarded a sanctum, not an individual. Therefore, I propose that you act as my bodyguard, that I may learn from your example. We will together travel this road to the shades of grief. At one time, before the coming of the Sky Rune, it was our ancestral home. I should like to climb to its zenith and get a good look at the surrounding ruins, but be warned, these days it is home to many ravenous beasts. Escort me further to the shades of grief. Allow me to learn from your example. Nice. That was me, by the way. It was not on you guys. Came out of nowhere, man. Wow. Good shit. I cannot understand. Enemies. Behold these forlorn ruins, abandoned for years upon years. There's much I would recount to you, but it is unsafe here. Let us venture instead to the cliffside. Positioning is spot on. But you gotta make sure that you face away from your. That'll be a proper tank. Nice looking valley.
Survey the area, but there are no imminent threats as far as you can see.
There are a great many elements to consider. Maintaining awareness of my client and our surroundings, particularly potential avenues of attack, all while keeping a brisk pace. In contrast, any watch over frozen withdrawal was far less complicated. Perhaps you wonder why I chose this place for our destination. Look below. The Pelu Pelu village is within sight. Our homes were once connected by a mounted road, when we were their oppressors. Until Galul Jaja put an end to the practice. We demanded yearly tribute, and in exchange granted them our protection. The elder Pelu Pelu have not forgotten. The memory of my kin as towering tyrants haunts them still. Times have changed. Now we treat with the Pelu Pelu as equals. Hope to one day live on other memories as a gentle guardian, but... forgive me. My whole musings are no moment. Let us return to Warlord's Echo.
Concern for your fellow man, it's natural. One should not throw it away. It's a good sign. I have met many people that have chosen to throw other people away. It's a sign that your heart works. That we are still people.
I am in your debt, Shinichi. You have helped me explore potential life's calling as a bodyguard. As a Yakoi warrior, I have the power to show the Pelu Pelu that we are not our ancestors, that we can offer them peace and protection as equals, not conquerors. I only hope they will prove amenable. That said, I cannot begin to pursue this goal until such a time as I find a client. That search begins now.
Resolve ignited. Now, what do I want? I got like fucking 4 things of French toast. You know what? I may go for it.
Shinichi, it is time I formally offered my services, and if it is not too much to ask, I would like you to bear witness. While the Pelu Pelu who visit Warlord's Echo do so primarily to sell their wares to us, we sometimes see fishers passing through on their way to Carver her the First. Regardless of their trade, surely there is at least one who will have need of my protection. Come, Shinichi, let us ask around. Well, that didn't take long. This one seems... well, it seems this one is willing to employ me.
I take it you're friends with this man. He just offered to be my bodyguard and, well, I agreed without a moment's hesitation. Truth be told, I've always wanted to hire a Yakoi warrior. I was afraid the mere suggestion would cause him to laugh in my face. Nothing would delight me more than to visit Carver her the First and fish my fill. The place attracts a lot of mangy monsters. How am I to get any bites if I'm worried about something taking a bite out of me, huh? Ooh, I can't wait to see how it goes. Come, let's get to it.
I have heard that the unstable energy surrounding the lake seems to attract dangerous plant-like creatures. But this is my first bodyguard commission. Would you join me? If I fall short in my duty, I should take comfort in the knowledge that you can defend the fisher in my stead.
Okay. Now, what this will be the end of Urqopacha. Alright, we're aiming for preserve her. So we're aiming for that little gate in the distance. So they're supposed to be like colorful hills or some shit. Where? It's all cloudy, hard to see. The sunken stars. It's really cool to see. You have like the different little areas. Jesus Christ. Different attacks that Veligermunda would do. Lar Toto. Hey, already killed the plant.
incredible. My grandpa was right. These big fellows really are tough.
There you are, Shinichi. As you can see, I have already dispatched one threat. Seems strangely aggressive. Perhaps I'm overthinking it, but caution may be warranted. While the Fisher and I lead the way, I ask that you watch our backs. Can do.
Oh hey, marbles. You know the presence of a marble seedling, yet see no sign of the creature that spawned it. What do you mean? They're right there.
Help! A cry from the pellet fisherman rings out from the west. The silence which follows bodes ill.
Hey there, pick up the spider webs.
Yeah!
Okay, man?
Oops, it didn't turn off. There we go. Forgive me. Seems this task was too great for me alone. I sensed the beasts here had been affected by the energy of this place, but I did not anticipate that I might also see them grow to such a prodigious size. But that is nothing more than an excuse. I failed my client, and I am unfit to be a bodyguard.
Hey now, don't be ridiculous. You were so committed to protecting me that you didn't have a chance to fight back, that's all. Especially not after that nasty blow you took. As far as I'm concerned, you did exactly as promised. You kept me safe. That's exactly what I would expect from a bodyguard.
I suppose it is a matter of perspective. How would you evaluate me, Shinichi? The client calls it a success. I'm not going to argue.
You heard the man. Sure, there's always room for improvement, but overall, it's a passing mark. Now then, that brood out of commission, we ought to enjoy some peace and quiet for a while, yes? That settles it. I can't afford to let this opportunity slip off the hook. I'm going to fill my bucket while I still can.
Even after that harrowing experience, you remain undeterred. You have a strength of will that rivals that of any Yakoi.
Ugh. I wonder if anybody's doing the fate.
See, what did I tell you? Feast your eyes on this hearty hull. When it comes to fishing, being able to concentrate makes all the difference. And I owe it to the two of you for standing watch. Now to drag my bucket back to Warlord's Echo.
Actually, I wonder, can I finish this in 5 minutes? I didn't.
Nice. Oh, thank you, randos. Looks like there is a fate farm going on. They came by to help me finish it off. Alright. Oh, let's get out of here. Thank you, Ron, for joining me. Ugh. Oh, what a delightful day it has been. Most certainly. I see you have returned, Shinichi. Though I made a fool of myself, you stepped in to pick up the slack, and for that I must thank you. I shall reflect on this experience and use what I have learned to sharpen my skills. Doubtless it would not inspire much confidence in my future clients were they to see me falter as I did today. That's the spirit, big fellow. You know, most of us grew up hearing the old stories, that the Yakoi are as dangerous as they look, and the people to be feared. But you, my friend, you put your life on the line to protect mine, and that's a story I intend to share with my entire village. They'll see that you folks aren't so scary after all, and if they ever need a gentle giant to protect them, they should ask for a furler. Shinichi, I know not what twist of fate led you to me, but I am grateful. Not just for today, but everything you have done to help me. In hearing that fisherman's words, I realized the true reason I felt compelled to relinquish my post as Temple Guardian. A great honor though it was, deep down I yearned to protect not a place, but the people. The living who have yet to finish their stories and be enshrined in memory. Rest assured, your efforts to teach me will not go to waste. Henceforth, I am Merfurler, the Defender, and will do everything in my power to build a relationship of trust with our good neighbors, the Pelu Pelu. French toast. And find brains and brawn. Our furler is in the market for a new client. We meet again, Shinichi. This occasion calls to mind a question I had been meaning to ask you. Do you recall the fisher who said he would sing my praises to his people? Rather than wait for his words to bring new clients to me, I want to take the initiative and travel to Huachun Pelo to sell my services. However, I'm aware many Pelu Pelu are still intimidated by my kind. You wouldn't happen to know any there who could use a bodyguard? One with whom you may have worked before? Yeah, there's one named Nopely. A merchant named Nopely, you say? Perhaps you could make the journey to Huachun Pelo and speak to him on my behalf. I do not mean to suggest you will be going alone. I shall descend the cliff and wait for you just outside the village, so as not to cause a disturbance. Farewell. God damn it. Oh. Fly up. There we go. Well, if it isn't Shinichi, thanks again for helping me work things out with Gigimolu. As for those corrupted crystals, I stored them in a warded pot to contain their chaotic energies. Good news is, I think I know just how to put them to use. Right, enough about me. Is there something I could do for you? I was wondering if you would like to meet a bodyguard. Merfurler the Defender? Of course I've heard of him. He's the Yakoi who saved one of our fishermen, right? Everyone has been talking about it. I would love to make his acquaintance. In fact, I might even have a job for him. How soon can we meet? He's actually right outside the village right now. What do you mean? He came down the cliff. Wow, these Yakoi are something else. In any case, if he's nearby, then now is as good a time as any. Incredible. Not a single scratch on him. I see you have brought your friend. Nopely, was it? I thank you for the introduction. Nopely, I am told you are a merchant by trade. If you should have need of a bodyguard, I would gladly offer my services. Hi there, Mafurler. You know, I'd heard the rumors, but now I've seen you in the flesh, till you're every bit as stalwart as they say. This might be just a golden opportunity for us both. You see, I want to make a deal with the folks at Shawagger Saltern. Thing is, the Shawagger are infamous for bullying the weak into buying their salt at outrageous prices. The word no tends to invite vicious neck throttlings, or so it is strongly intimated. But hey, I like a good challenge, and as long as you have my back, I'm sure I needn't fear for my neck, right? So follow me!
With your help, it seems I have already secured another commission. I must confess a feeling of unease. But your Wagger cling to the glory of the old days, when the Yakoi ruled over all. In their eyes, to wield violence and take that which they covet is right and true. Regardless, I shall do whatever it takes to keep Nopely safe.
Let's teleport. Teleport back.
It is as I feared.
Oh no. Well, at least Nopely's neck hasn't been wrung out yet. I just wanted to barter. What offense is there in that?
Greedy tongue this one has. The divine blessing is not for him. Surrender coin and be gone.
By divine blessing, they refer to their salt, and Nopely is in no position to bargain. The best course may be to retreat. You're here to protect and support him.
Ah. I like this one in the end of it all. I like when they both meet up.
I see now. My duty is not only to ensure his safety, but to ensure his success as well. Yes, I know it must be done. I am he who is named Murfurler. Any who lay hands upon this Pelu Pelu shall suffer the same violence tenfold.
Murfurler, the temple guardian, slayer of many monsters. Stories all know. And that one is friend to Urqopacha. You who bested Valley Garmunda on holy ground.
That's me.
Terribly sorry about this. I didn't mean to pressure anyone. Let's see if we can negotiate an agreement, and if not, the three of us will be on our way before you know it. Of course, I wouldn't waste your time if I wasn't confident I could offer something worth your while. As we all know, the flames of Valley Garmunda linger on in these parts, yes? Well, I have to imagine all that everlasting fire would have less than desirable effects on your crops and livestock. That's why you're forced to sell your salt at such high prices, right? You have to make a living somehow. What if I told you you could use these corrupted crystals, imported from distant Eorzea, to solve your woes? These crystals have the ability to change the elemental aspect of natural energies. By constructing a series of converters, you could turn those undying flames into nutrients for the soil, and all sorts of other wonderful things. The possibilities are endless.
You offer miracle crystals for salt? Words of gold hide black intent.
Any merchant who wears this mask is sworn to uphold the peddler's code of honor. We Pelu Pelu pride ourselves on spreading joy through trade.
This little trader protects his reputation with the same ferocity as you who protect the Holy Lands. See his truth and heed his words.
Corrupted crystals turn fire to earth, fill soil with life, and Urqopacha with green. False promises all.
little one offers nothing for divine blessing. Begone! I will trust and trade divine blessing for your crystal. You cannot tell Urqopacha apart, but we met before. With Vorporlor. Urqopacha saved me from Mountain Bird. I remember her and our debt. The trader speaks wisdom too. He is worthy. My kin. They are slow to change, proud and afraid, but not forever. With time comes truth and proof and trust.
Yeah. The beginning of a fruitful partnership.
Without your guidance, I would have forgotten my duty. Thank you, Shinichi.
Of all your many connections forged here in Tyrol, I never dreamed one of them would be with a Urqopacha. Now then, we probably shouldn't wear out our welcome. Let's return to Warlord's Echo.
Hey, this quest was pretty good. I like how they came together. Generally, I feel that way about a lot of the quests where they like come together. Dr. Merfurler.
Another job well done. And another I could not have managed without you.
That, didn't go as well as I'd hoped. I managed to trade one measly crystal for a fistful of salt. But if we look on the bright side, it was a small yet crucial step towards building a trade relationship with the Urqopacha Sultan. And to me, that's the biggest, wildest success I could have ever hoped for. Next step, stock up on all different kinds of corrupted crystals from Gigimolu. Then, try my hand at building an elemental converter. Just know I can find a market for these things one way or another. Plus, once the Urqopacha see actual results, they're sure to come around. Yes, this is all thanks to you, Shinichi, and your seemingly endless cavalcade of acquaintances. Last but certainly not least, I'm grateful you were there to protect me, Merfurler. Meeting them in person was a lot scarier than I thought it would be, and, well, were it not for you, I might have lost my nerve completely.
Likewise, I was moved by your impassioned pitch. As a bodyguard, it was an honor to support such noble aspirations.
You're making me blush. Anyway, I dare say we'll have plenty more work to offer you in the coming days. Assuming you're up for it, of course.
Shinichi, it was you who gave me the confidence to pursue a new line of work, and for that, I will always carry your memory in my heart. I pray you carry mine in yours wheresoever your journey takes you.
Okay, and that was Urqopacha. This is a really nice, comfy place with the merchants from Pelu Pelu and the traditional Yakoi. These guys are pretty cool. Well, next place to go is Yaktel. So as such, I'll see you there.